On this day in history, September 12, at the Battle of Marathon, which took place on September 11, 490 BC, a small Athenian force soundly defeated the Persian Empire, putting an end to their advance into Greece. This triumph is renowned for being the inspiration behind the current marathon race, and is seen as a turning point in the defense of Greek culture. A peace treaty ending hostilities between France and England was signed on September 11, 1217 by French Prince Louis and English King Henry III. In medieval Europe, this pact served to stabilize relations and opened the door for more harmonious exchanges. The first ever public submarine test was conducted for King James I on September 11, 1624, in London's Thames River. This prototype submarine, created by William Bourne, demonstrated the possibilities of undersea warfare, and was a major advancement in naval engineering. John Flamsteed became interested in astronomy after witnessing a partial solar eclipse on September 11, 1662. His later work as the first astronomer royal established the Royal Observatory in Greenwich, and provided the impetus for contemporary observational astronomy. During the Austro-Ottoman War, on September 11, 1683, a coalition of European soldiers under the leadership of the Habsburgs successfully defeated the Ottoman Empire in the Battle of Vienna. The Ottoman Empire's power in Central Europe was severely undermined by this conflict, which was a watershed in European history. Giacomo Casanova was found guilty on September 11, 1755, of crimes pertaining to moral and religious transgressions, and was sentenced to 5 years in prison without a trial in Venice. His adventurous life and writings were halted by this captivity, but he eventually managed to escape and carry on with his illustrious career. French astronomer Charles Messier identified the Crab Nebula by mistake on September 11, 1758, marking the start of his Messier catalogue. Later on, his catalogue helped astronomers explore the night sky by enumerating important deep sky objects and serving as a vital source of information. After more than 8 years of fighting, the Greek War of Independence came to a conclusion on September 11, 1829. Greece gained its independence as a result of this battle, which was a pivotal point in its history, and its departure from Ottoman domination. Switzerland became a federal state on September 11, 1848, when a new constitution was ratified. By instituting a federal system of governance, this shift reinforced national cohesion and laid the foundation for contemporary Switzerland's political system. The ship of gold, SS Central America, sank in a hurricane off the coast of South Carolina on September 11, 1857, killing 423 persons. The wreck of the ship, which was carrying a sizable quantity of gold from the California Gold Rush, was found again in 1988. Arbroath defeated Bon Accord 36-0 on September 11, 1885, in Scotland, in what is still the highest-scoring football match in first-class soccer history. This match is notable for its extraordinary goal tally, and remains a record in the sport. Annie Londonderry, the first woman to ride a bicycle around the world, arrived in Chicago on September 11, 1895, following a 15-month voyage. Her accomplishment, which earned her a $10,000 prize, was a noteworthy one for women's sports and travel. The Los Angeles Police Department designated Alice Stebbins Wells as the nation's first female police officer on September 11, 1910. Her hiring was a major achievement for female parity in law enforcement. Adolf Hitler became the 7th member of the German Workers' Party on September 11, 1919. The racism and German nationalism of the party drew him in, and thus launched his political career, and ultimately contributed to the establishment of the Nazi regime. In Santa Ana, California, on September 11, 1935, millionaire Howard Hughes set a record for speed with his H-1 racer, reaching a speed of 352.46 miles per hour, 567 kilometers per hour. This accomplishment demonstrated Hughes' contributions to aviation and set a new global speed record. Following their dog, 4 youths in 1940 happened onto the 17,000-year-old Lascaux cave paintings in France on September 11, 1940. This finding shed light on prehistoric art and early human civilization. Otto Scorzeni's Waffen-SS men were able to successfully release Benito Mussolini from captivity at Gran Sasso on September 11, 1943. This spectacular action changed the course of the Italian front and was a pivotal moment in World War II. During World War II, U.S. Army forces initially entered Germany on September 11, 1944. As Allied forces neared the center of Nazi Germany, this represented a major push into enemy territory. Theodor Heuss was elected the first president of the German Federal Republic, West Germany, on September 11, 1949, and Konrad Adenauer was elected as the first prime minister. This signaled the start of Germany's democratic governance after the war. Jack Kilby showed his supervisor his first integrated circuit, IC, on September 11, 1958. This invention was a significant advancement in electronics and paved the way for the creation of contemporary computer technology. The USSR launched Luna 2, the first spacecraft to land on the Moon, on September 11, 1959. An important turning point in the space race between the United States and the Soviet Union was reached with this mission. NASA civilian pilot Joseph A. Walker launched the X-15 to a height of 34,840 meters, 114,000 feet, on September 11, 1961. This mission represented a significant advancement in near-space environment study and high-altitude research. Clint Eastwood and Sergio Leone's A Fistful of Dollars made its theatrical debut on September 11, 1964. This movie is recognized for launching the spaghetti western subgenre and having a big impact on contemporary cinema. Albania announced its departure from the Warsaw Pact on September 11, 1968. During the Cold War, this choice represented a dramatic change in the nation's foreign policy and alliance. Hanna-Barbera's animated cartoon series, The Smurfs, debuted in North America on September 11, 1981. The popular blue characters were introduced to a wider audience via the show, which went on to become a cultural phenomenon. A new constitution for Ethiopia was enacted on September 11, 1987. An important step in the nation's shift to a more democratic form of government was the adoption of this constitution, which signaled a significant political shift. On September 11, 1990, the U.S., United Kingdom, France, USSR, and both East and West Germany signed agreements allowing for the reunification of Germany. This historic event marked the end of the Cold War division of Germany. Stefan Edberg's 5-set victory over Michael Chang on September 11, 1992, at the U.S. Open set a record for the longest match in the tournament's history. The players' endurance and ability were on full display during the 5 hours and 26-minute battle. The Netherlands enacted legislation permitting same-gender adoption, marriage, and divorce on September 11, 2000. The Netherlands became the first nation to legalize same-sex unions thanks to this legislation, which was a major victory for LGBTQ+ rights. The first and only time Article 5 of the NATO agreement was used was in reaction to the terrorist attacks on the United States on September 11, 2001. This signaled a turning point in NATO history and prompted collective defense actions. Israel finished removing all of its settlers and soldiers from the Gaza Strip on September 11, 2005. This action was intended to change Israeli-Palestinian ties and was a component of a contentious disengagement plan. Together with the iPhone 8, Apple debuted the $999 iPhone X on September 11, 2017. The iPhone X marked a substantial overhaul in Apple's smartphone portfolio with the addition of multiple new capabilities and design tweaks. On September 11, 2021, the Ever Ace, the world's largest container ship at 400 meters long and carrying 23,992 containers, arrived in Felixstowe on its maiden voyage. This milestone highlighted advancements in shipping and global trade capacity. The star of Squid Game, Lee Jung-jae, won an Emmy for Best Actor in a Drama on September 11, 2022, making history as the first actor from a foreign language program to do so. This victory was a pivotal point in the acknowledgement of global television aptitude. Kim Jong-un, the leader of North Korea, arrived in Russia on September 11, 2023, traveling in an armored train to meet with President Vladimir Putin. The continued diplomatic and strategic contacts between North Korea and Russia were emphasized by this high-profile visit. We appreciate your attention. Kindly click the like, subscribe, and share buttons to get more fascinating historical information. Keep checking back for more incredible moments from our remarkable past.